Starting is a challenge as my mind can't comprehend the situation. It feels like the world has turned upside down. I've faced many challenges in life, but nothing compares to this. I first met my ex-wife while attending Suvorov School. We hit it off and began a long-distance relationship. I believed she was the one, and I could see us growing old together with our children. But as time passed, she had different plans. Around 6 months ago, during the summer, she started behaving differently. She changed her hairstyle, dyed her hair, and dressed in a completely different way. I complimented her, thinking she had done it for me. At first, I assumed it was due to jealousy, thinking she wanted to look better than my students, whom I paid attention to. However, as time passed, she would come home late or not at all, became irritable over small things, and picked fights with me. She even took her phone to another room and refused to have sex without reason. These changes left me thinking a lot, and I eventually convinced her to talk about it. She declared that throughout the years, she had been a great mother to our children, a wonderful wife to me, a faithful friend, and had given me more than 2 decades of life. It was undeniable that we always loved and respected each other, walking hand in hand through life. However, she admitted that her feelings towards me had cooled over time, and it was nobody's fault, just a natural occurrence. She expressed gratitude towards me for raising such amazing children, being a wonderful father and a good husband. As a man, I have great qualities, and I'm confident that everything will turn out well for me. Despite my age, I still maintain a youthful appearance since I have never smoked, engage in regular physical activity, and seldom drink. She even remarked that any female student would be delighted to go out with me. Nevertheless, it's time for us to lead separate lives. She confessed to having met and fallen in love with someone else, and her conscience was clear since she had fulfilled her duty until the end. With almost a plea, she begged me to forgive her and let her go. She had blossomed with this person, feeling like a girl 20 years younger. Initially, the split was painful because my ex-partner and I had spent countless years living together. However, I had always anticipated that our relationship would come to an end at some point. Despite the challenges she faced as a military spouse, she remained by my side and accompanied me and our children to various military camps and garrisons until I was stationed at headquarters. I often wondered who the lucky guy was that she left me for, but I had no intention of tracking him down or causing any harm to him. My approach was to accept that if she no longer loved me, it was better to let her go so that our children wouldn't suffer, and I could move on with my life. Unfortunately, she refused to disclose his identity, so I had to discover it myself. When I finally uncovered the truth, it completely shook me to my core. He was just a 21-year-old boy, while she was 45. I attempted to reason with her, explaining that he was likely just toying with her emotions and would eventually leave her. I couldn't fathom why she would risk everything for someone so young and inexperienced. However, she defended her actions by saying that she was happy with him, and they had a level of sexual satisfaction that she hadn't experienced with me in years. It was painful to hear such intimate details, and it shattered me inside. My daughter and son-in-law are in a state of disbelief and refuse to comprehend her situation. During my tenure at the university, 2 female students confessed their love for me, but I dismissed it as a mere infatuation. When my son visited for the New Year's holidays, he became aware of the situation and referred to my daughter's actions as foolish. However, I redirected the conversation to focus on more important matters, urging him to discuss his mother instead. On New Year's Day, the 4 of us, my son, daughter, son-in-law, and I, spent time together, while my daughter and her partner went to St. Petersburg, with the funding source being evident. My daughter called from there, but her siblings refused to speak to her, despite my attempts to convince them otherwise. To be honest, I don't harbor any resentment, anger, or hatred towards her. She informed me that she intends to file for divorce after the holidays. She proposed that I would keep the house while she lives with her partner in our old two-room apartment. She also suggested that she would retain 50% of the net income from her store, with the remaining amount distributed equally among me, her son, and daughter. However, these conditions were contingent upon my prompt and unconditional agreement to the divorce and a pledge not to interfere with her personal life or turn her children against her. I cannot predict what the future holds for her once reality sets in and she realizes the consequences of her actions. I have known her for many years and am aware of the kind of person she is. It is likely that she will be deeply affected by the outcome. Despite what she has done to me and our family, I still wish her well and hope that she will come to her senses.